Okay, everybody, here is the review. If ever I get going too fast, just pause it. So number one, I really do want you to tell me what a radian is. So for me, and even a picture works, but it is an angle that has a arc length of 1 and radius of 1. That would be 1 radian, okay? And a picture of that, I guess, if you wanted to, 1, here's theta, and this would be 1 also, okay? So that angle, 1 radian is equal to the arc length 1 from radius 1, okay? To convert 250, so I'm going to go 250 over 180 times pi. That's my conversion. And then I'm going to reduce that to 25/18 or 25 pi 18ths, okay? 123 and 24. So first of all, if I'm going to do 24 minutes, that's 24 out of 60, right? So I'm going to go 24 out of 60, and I get an answer of about 0.4. So I really have 134.4 out of 180 times pi. Now it's not going to be a beautiful answer. I'm not going to have it in terms of pi. It's just going to be nearest 100. So 134.4 divided by 180 times pi. And I get an answer of about 2.35. 2.35, and that's in terms of radians, okay? All right, good. Convert to degrees, so I'm going to take my 7 pi 12s, but I'm going to multiply it times 180 over pi times my 7 pi 12s, and my pi's will cancel. Now it's 180 times 7 divided by 12, 180 times 7 divided by 12, and I get an answer of about 105 degrees. Okay, so it's about 105 degrees. Oh, 5 degrees, got it. Same formula, except for I'm going to take my 180 times pi, but times this 4.23, and I want degrees and minutes. I'll show you to get the minutes in a second. Okay, so 180 times 4.23 divided by pi, and I get about 242.36. 1, blah, blah, blah. So now what I'm going to do is change this decimal to minutes. Okay, let me subtract out my 242, and I get just decimal, and I'll multiply that by 60, right? Times that by 60 to get minutes. So I know my answer is going to be 242 degrees. And how many minutes? Let me just multiply that by 60. And about 22 minutes. About 22 minutes, okay? Find the following unit circle, 5 pi 6. Sine is the y value. So 5 pi 6 is there. The y value is 1/2. So the answer is just 1/2. Tangent of negative pi thirds. Pi thirds is here. Negative pi thirds is down here. Tangent is the outside value. We did those already. So I got a negative square root of 3. The tangent values. Cosecant is 1 over the y value, because cosecant is not in the unit circle, but sine is. So cosecant 3 pi 4ths, 1 over the y value, which is 1 over square root of 2 over 2, and that will rationalize 2 over the square root of 2, multiplied by the square root of 2, square root of 2. I get 2 square root of 2 over 2, or basically I just get the square root of 2. Okay, now 7, I want to find the angle. I'm looking for a y value. Square root of 2 over 2, y value square root of 2 over 2 is here. Pi 4ths. Theta is pi 4ths in terms of pi, okay? Arc tangent is the same thing as tan inverse, -1. It's down here. Remember, you got to go to the shortest. You're not going to go 7 pi 4ths. No way. You're going to go down. You're going to go to the shortest distance. You're going to go backwards to negative pi 4ths. Okay. Secant. So secant is not in the unit circle, but cosine is. So the same thing as cosine of theta equals a -1/2. Okay. That is on the unit circle. -1/2 for cosine is the x value is right here at 2 pi thirds. I just flipped that. Okay. The area of a sector is 20 centimeters with a central angle of 0.4. Find the radius and the arc length. So we got to go back, and I believe we got a formula that k is equal to 1/2 r squared theta. That's a nice little formula. So to find, it has an area of 20. So I'm going to go 20 equals 1/2. I don't know the radius, but I will in a second. R squared. And I know the angle is 0.8. 0.8, and I'm just going to solve. So half of 0.8 is 0.4. So I'm going to have a 20 equals a r squared times 0.4. I'm going to divide by 0.4. It's 20 divided by 0.4. 20 divided by 0.4. And I get an answer of about 50. So r squared equals 50. R is the square root of 50, which is about 4. Wait, hold on. Square root of 50 is about 707. 7.07. That's the radius. We also need to know the arc length. So I'm just going to use my S equals r theta. That's my easy formula. S is the arc length. The radius is 7.07 times theta, which is 0.8. And I'm going to multiply that times 0.8, and I get an answer of about 5.66 maybe as the arc length. 5.66. Kind of squeezed in, but that's okay. 11, probably going to need a piece of scratch paper, so I'll do the 11 on this piece of scratch paper. There you go. Okay, now, what do I know? I know that the angle I'm looking for is between pi halves and 3 pi halves, okay? The angle I'm looking for is either here or here. Sine is negative. If sine is negative, the sine is a y value, it absolutely must be in quadrant 3. So my triangle is in quadrant 3. Let me just draw a triangle. I'll use a different color. Hold on. Use a different color. Okay, here's my triangle. It has to be in quadrant 3. Here is theta. Okay, now what do we know? Sine of any angle is going to be the y value over the r. So here's what I know. I know the y value is -3 and the radius is going to be 5. Okay, so -3 for my y value and the radius is 5. And of course, hopefully everybody knows then the x has to be 4 because it's a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. Okay, awesome. Now we got it. Okay, once we have it, then this is easy. Cosine, which is the x over the r, is going to be 4 over 5. Tangent, which is the y over the x, is going to be -3 over 4. Cosecant, which is the r over the y, is going to be 5 over -3. Secant, which is the x over the r, r over x, which is 5 over 4. And cotangent, which is going to be the x over the y, is going to be 4 over -3. Okay. Now, last but not least, number 12, the apparent size. We're going to use S equals r theta because the diameter, because it's so small, that the diameter and the arc length are almost the same with this small of an angle. Okay, so my theta is 0.000. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, and then my radius is going to be my 5 times 8 times 10 to the 7th. So let's see, S, which is going to be like my diameter, is just going to be this number times this number. S equals R, which is 5.8 times 10 to the 7th times my radius, or my angle, 0.00014. And I'm just going to multiply that. 5.8 times 10 to the 7th power, far, far away, times my angle, which is 0.000, 3 zeros, right? Yeah, 14. And so it seems like it's about 8,000, I just made these numbers up, you can probably look it up, 8,220 kilometers. You know, I totally made these numbers up, so if you want to call me a liar, I am. Anyway, that's what I have for the review. We'll take the test on Friday, and there it is.